Programming is how we distinguish between somebody who's training and working towards a specific goal or outcome, or somebody who's just working out, which is fine. You'll never find me slighting someone who's looking to move more and get fit and healthy. But if we're working towards a goal and we're not seeing progress, or if we walk into a session and we don't really have a good idea on what exercises we want to do, we have a fundamental problem. So today we're going to go through how to build our own calisthenics program using the free template that I'll link down below. And you might be wondering, why does somebody who sells calisthenics programs be telling me how to make my own calisthenics program? And from the 200 or so people that have used the Cali To The Crowd suite to supercharge their calisthenics journey, it is those who understand how to stick to a program that have made the best use cases. And so actually the motivations are a little bit selfish. And more to the point, I should be making myself redundant over time. You should learn more from a trainer than just what exercises to do and when. A good trainer will tell you the why behind it as well, and a great trainer will leave you confident enough to do it by yourself. Today's is the exact formula that I use to master various bodyweight skills, get strong and build muscle in the 3 years that I've been training this way. But the facets of this discussion will apply to all aspects of resistance training. After all, dropping body fat, conditioning connective tissue and building muscle aren't just calisthenics goals. And speaking of goals, this is probably a good place to start, as you may have already guessed. And it goes without saying that we should have at least one objective to aim for. And personally, I'd suggest having a maximum of 2 goals, not just because it makes it easier to program, but much past 2, and we're probably going to start diluting our ability to make progress. Now let's move on to the workouts themselves, because a program is essentially just a set of workouts that collectively ladder up towards a goal. And for us, our workouts are going to be hypertrophy and conditioning based, or strength focused. I'd always suggest starting with conditioning, ensuring that we're physically prepared to work on whatever goal we're aiming for by building muscle, as well as ensuring that our joints are suited to the task. And the basics are really important here. After all, you wouldn't handstand if you knew your arms, wrists and shoulders couldn't even support your weight in a push-up. With hypertrophy and conditioning workouts, we want to sit in the high rep range, 8 to 12 reps, where the last rep of each set should feel really hard while maintaining good form. Using the goal of a front lever as an example, it can be as simple as pull-ups with weight or rows, both being fantastic at developing the muscles that we'll eventually call upon. We'll work on conditioning for a 6 to 8 week period, making sure that we're tracking our exercises and making workouts harder each week, either by adding weight, reps, or changing rep speed. And because we're going to be working with our body weight with most of these exercises, it's important that we take note of how we're doing the exercises as well. Are you using a different body position to last time? What is the hand position that we're working with? Even the height at which we anchor a band to can make a difference. This will allow us to monitor what works and what doesn't, but will also allow us to tweak things when they need a bit of a change. The hypertrophy and conditioning phase is also a great time to work on accessory exercises, the sort of movements that strengthen key areas of weakness or deal with any muscular imbalances. And then we'll transition to a 6 to 8 week period focused on strength. Here's where we'll aim to put the muscles that we built over the previous phase into the task of getting stronger. To optimize for strength, we want to work in the lower rep range, 1 to 3 reps. And even though the reps have dropped, we want to choose exercises where the last rep still feels challenging and the intensity is high, even if that set is only 1 rep. The reason for training like this is that most calisthenic skills and exercises are unlocked through strength. The stronger we are, the less time we have to spend on skill acquisition. And so it makes sense that calisthenics programming, particularly when we're looking at skill work and new exercises, should have a significant focus on building up strength. It's in this phase of training where negatives will also become more valuable. We're up to 40% stronger in the eccentric portion of a movement, and so working on negatives of exercises or skills that are just outside of our reach is a great way to capture gains. Training at or near our 1 rep max though for significant periods of time does come with significant drawbacks. And so once this phase is over, it's important for us to revert back to a new phase of conditioning again. But this time we're going to up the ante and we're going to make our next conditioning phase slightly more specific to the skill goal that we're looking for. Using the front lever as an example again, we can keep rows in our workout, but now there'll be 8 to 12 reps of front lever rows or bodyweight rows where we're at a full horizontal. Another 6 to 8 weeks of working like this, and we'll move on to the second part of our strength phase, where we'll increase the specificity here too. Now, to hit our front lever goal, we can work on things like negatives or extremely heavy weighted pull-ups. Essentially, what your progress should look like is this: rolling 6 to 8 week baby sets, balancing building muscle with niching down on intense strength focused exercises until we hit the goal that we're aiming for. As promised, I'll link down below to a free template that you can use to build your own program. Create a copy of it yourself and use it to work towards your goals. And crowd, often simplicity makes for the best option, and that's what we have here, something simple. And if you want to make sure that you avoid any common mistakes along the way, then check this video out right here.